Have you ever noticed how you can walk into a room and instantly sense the mood even before anyone says a word? Or perhaps you felt a sudden shift in your own emotions for no clear reason, or picked up on someone else's feelings without them telling you anything. These experiences aren't just coincidences, they're glimpses into a deeper truth. Everything around us, including ourselves, is made of energy. I remember the first time I truly recognized this phenomenon. It was during a family gathering at my aunt's house many years ago. The moment I stepped through the front door, a heaviness settled over me like an invisible blanket. No one had spoken a word about any problems. Everyone was smiling and exchanging pleasantries, but something felt undeniably off. Later that evening, we discovered my uncle had lost his job earlier that day, but hadn't told anyone yet. Somehow, that unspoken information had permeated the atmosphere of the entire home. This silent communication happens to all of us daily. The nervous energy before a job interview that makes your stomach flutter. The instant connection with a stranger that feels like you've known them forever. The peaceful calm that washes over you in certain natural settings. These experiences suggest something profound about our reality. We are constantly exchanging information on levels beyond our conscious awareness. At the most fundamental level, everything in the universe is energy. Science tells us that the solid objects we see and touch, tables, phones, even our own bodies, are made of atoms, and those atoms are mostly empty space. The particles that make up atoms are in constant motion, held together by invisible forces. This movement, this vibration, is energy, and it connects everything that exists. From the stars in the sky to the thoughts in your mind, it's all energy vibrating at different frequencies. Albert Einstein's famous equation E=mc² revolutionized our understanding of reality by demonstrating that matter and energy are interchangeable, different forms of the same thing. What appears solid is actually a dense concentration of energy vibrating at a relatively slow frequency. This isn't mystical thinking, it's established physics. The chair you're sitting on, which seems so solid and unchanging, is actually composed of countless atoms buzzing with motion, their electrons orbiting nuclei at speeds approaching that of light. Quantum physics takes this understanding even further, revealing that at the subatomic level, particles behave in ways that defy our conventional logic. They can exist in multiple places simultaneously, influence each other instantaneously across vast distances, what Einstein called spooky action at a distance, and even change their behavior when observed. These discoveries suggest a universe far more interconnected and responsive to consciousness than previously believed. The pioneering work of scientists like Dr. William Tiller of Stanford University has explored how human intention can measurably affect physical reality. His experiments demonstrated that focused human intention could actually change the pH of water or accelerate the development of fruit fly larvae, suggesting that our conscious energy interacts with the physical world in ways we're only beginning to understand. Now, let's bring this idea closer to home. You have your own personal energy field, often called the aura. Imagine it as an invisible bubble that surrounds you, extending a few feet in every direction. This field is always interacting with the world around you, picking up on other people's emotions, the energy of places, and even the collective mood of a crowd. Have you ever felt someone looking at you from behind or sensed when a friend was upset, even if they hadn't said anything? That's your energy field in action, communicating in ways that go beyond words. Throughout history and across diverse cultures, people have described seeing colored light emanating from living beings. In Hindu traditions, this energy field is called the prakasha or prana sharira. In Chinese medicine, it's related to the concept of qi or life force. The Christian tradition depicts saints with halos, perhaps an artistic representation of the spiritual energy field early mystics perceived around holy individuals. In the 1930s, Soviet scientists Semyon and Valentina Kirlian developed a photographic technique that appeared to capture images of this energy field. Their process, known as Kirlian photography, uses high-voltage electricity to create images of what seems to be a glowing corona around living things. While controversial in mainstream science, these photographs revealed fascinating patterns that changed with the emotional and physical states of the subjects. More recently, Researchers like Dr. Valerie Hunt at UCLA conducted experiments measuring the electromagnetic fields around the human body using sensitive equipment. Her work suggested these fields contain measurable patterns that correspond to emotional and mental states. Dr. Hunt found that people experiencing positive emotions like joy, love, and gratitude emitted higher frequency patterns, while stress, fear, and depression corresponded with lower, more chaotic frequencies. Your energy field isn't just a single layer, it's made up of multiple layers, each connected to different parts of who you are. There's the physical layer, which relates to your body and health, the emotional layer, which reflects your feelings, the mental layer, tied to your thoughts and beliefs, and the spiritual layer, connecting you to something greater than yourself. Within your body, you also have energy centers known as chakras. Picture these as spinning wheels of energy, each one linked to a different aspect of your life, like creativity, love, communication, and intuition. When these centers are balanced and open, you feel vibrant and alive. But when they're blocked or out of balance, you might feel stuck, anxious, or disconnected. The concept of chakras originated in ancient India and appears in early Hindu texts around 1500 BCE. The word chakra comes from Sanskrit and means wheel or disc, reflecting their nature as spinning vortices of energy. Traditional systems identify 7 main chakras aligned along the spine, from the root at the base to the crown at the top of the head. Each chakra corresponds to specific physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of our being. The root chakra relates to feelings of safety and survival, the sacral chakra to creativity and sexuality, the solar plexus to personal power and confidence, the heart chakra to love and compassion, the throat chakra to self-expression and truth, the third eye to intuition and insight, and the crown chakra to spiritual connection and higher consciousness. Just as a symphony requires all instruments to be in tune to create harmony, these energy centers need to be balanced for optimal well-being. When one chakra becomes overactive or underactive, it can affect the entire system. For instance, if your throat chakra is blocked, you might struggle to express yourself clearly, which could then affect your relationships, heart chakra, and eventually your sense of security, root chakra. Beyond the chakras, many traditional healing systems describe pathways through which energy flows throughout the body. In Chinese medicine, these are called meridians. Acupuncture, a practice dating back at least 2,000 years, works by stimulating specific points along these meridians to balance the flow of qi or life energy. Western research has found interesting correlations between these ancient energy pathways and modern anatomical findings, including potential relationships to fascial planes and interstitial fluid networks. In the yoga tradition, similar energy channels are called nadis. The 3 main nadis, Pingala and Sushumna, run alongside the spine and represent different aspects of our energy system. Practices like pranayama breath control aim to balance these channels, purifying and directing energy for physical health and spiritual awakening. These subtle energy systems provide a framework for understanding how energy blockages in one area can affect seemingly unrelated regions of our lives. For example, chronic tension in the shoulders might reflect not just physical strain, but also emotional patterns of carrying too much responsibility, which relates to the heart chakra and upper meridians. This holistic perspective helps explain why addressing only physical symptoms often provides incomplete healing. Just like a river can get clogged with debris, your energy can become blocked. Stress, negative thinking, unresolved emotions, and limiting beliefs can all create blockages in your energy field. These blockages can show up as feeling tired, overwhelmed, or unable to move forward in life. But here's the good news: energy can be cleared and restored. When you release these blockages, you start to feel lighter, more inspired, and more in tune with yourself and the world around you. Psychologist Wilhelm Reich, a student of Sigmund Freud, was among the first Western scientists to develop theories about how emotional energy becomes trapped in the body. He called these blockages body armor, chronic muscular tension that develops as a defense against emotional pain. Reich observed that these physical contractions not only restricted movement, but also limited the person's capacity to feel joy, connection, and aliveness. Modern research in psychoneuroimmunology supports the idea that emotional experiences affect our physical bodies. Studies show that chronic stress and trauma trigger biochemical changes that can disrupt multiple body systems, from immune function to cardiovascular health. When we experience intense emotions but don't have the capacity or opportunity to process them fully, they don't simply disappear. Instead, this emotional energy can become trapped in our tissues, creating what some therapists call somatic memories. These energy blockages often form patterns that repeat throughout our lives until addressed. For example, childhood experiences of abandonment might create an energy block around trust, which then manifests as difficulty in adult relationships. Similarly, repeatedly suppressing self expression to avoid conflict can create chronic tension in the throat and jaw, eventually contributing to physical symptoms in those areas. Common signs of energy blockages include chronic physical tension or pain that doesn't respond well to conventional treatment, recurring emotional patterns that you can't seem to break, persistent negative thoughts about yourself or your capabilities, feeling stuck in certain areas of life while others flow more freely, fatigue that isn't relieved by rest, difficulty being present or feeling disconnected from yourself, recurring relationship patterns that cause suffering. These blockages don't just affect our personal well being, they influence how we interact with the world. When our energy is blocked, we're more likely to perceive threats where none exist, miss opportunities that would bring joy, and recreate the very situations we're trying to avoid. It's as though we're trying to navigate life while looking through glasses smudged with the residue of past experiences. So, how can you work with your energy to keep it flowing freely? One of the simplest and most powerful tools is your breath. Your breath is the bridge between your body and your energy. Try taking a slow, deep breath in, holding it for a moment, and then exhaling slowly. Notice how your body relaxes and your mind becomes clearer. Even just a few minutes of conscious breathing each day can help clear stagnant energy and bring you back into balance. The intimate relationship between breath and life energy appears in languages worldwide. The Greek word pneuma means both breath and spirit. In Sanskrit, prana refers to both breath and vital life force. The Hebrew ruach and Latin spiritus similarly connect breath with the animating force of life. These linguistic connections reflect an intuitive understanding of breath as more than just a biological process. It's the rhythm of life itself. Breath affects our physiology in measurable ways. Deep, slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest mode, reducing stress hormones, lowering blood pressure, and promoting feelings of calm and centeredness. Conversely, rapid, shallow breathing triggers the sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight response, preparing us for action, but potentially creating tension when sustained. Beyond these physiological effects, conscious breathing serves as a powerful tool for energy regulation. When you intentionally slow and deepen your breath, you're not just calming your nervous system, you're creating space for energy to move through areas where it might be stagnant. The rhythm of inhalation and exhalation creates a gentle pulsation that can help dissolve blockages, much like gentle waves gradually reshaping a shoreline. A simple but effective breathing practice is the 4-7-8 breath, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 7, and exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8. This pattern not only shifts your nervous system toward relaxation, but also brings your awareness into the present moment, interrupting patterns of rumination or worry that drain your energy. Another powerful practice is alternate nostril breathing, a technique from yoga called nadi shodhana or channel purification. This involves breathing through one nostril at a time while closing the other, which helps balance the hemispheres of the brain and harmonize the Ida and Pingala nadis. Practitioners often report feeling mentally clear, emotionally balanced, and energetically centered after just a few minutes of this practice. Another powerful technique is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine a bright, healing light filling your body, washing away tension and negativity. Picture your chakras spinning freely, glowing with vibrant color. Visualization isn't just imagination, it's a way to direct your energy and create real change in how you feel. The practice of visualization taps into the profound connection between mind and body. Research in sports psychology has consistently shown that athletes who mentally rehearse their performances activate many of the same neural pathways as when physically performing the activity. Brain scanning technology has revealed that imagination activates many of the same neural circuits as actual perception. Your brain doesn't always distinguish between what you're vividly imagining and what you're actually experiencing. This mind body connection extends to our energy system as well. When you visualize energy moving in specific ways, you're essentially providing a blueprint that your system can follow. It's like programming a software application with clear instructions. Your conscious mind may initiate the visualization, but the effects ripple through deeper levels of your being. One effective visualization for energy clearing involves imagining a shower of golden or white light flowing from above your head, through your entire body, and down into the earth. As this light passes through you, see it dissolving areas of heaviness, stagnation, or discomfort. Picture this light carrying away anything you no longer need, tension, worry, old emotions, and replacing it with fresh, vibrant energy. For working with the chakras, visualization can be particularly powerful. Imagine each energy center as a spinning wheel of light with its traditional color: red for the root chakra, orange for the sacral, yellow for the solar plexus, green for the heart, blue for the throat, indigo for the third eye, and violet for the crown. Visualize any sluggish or dim chakras becoming brighter, spinning more freely, and radiating their color more vibrantly. This technique helps bring awareness to imbalances and begins the process of harmonizing your energy centers. Movement is another key to keeping your energy flowing. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or even a simple walk outdoors can help release stuck energy and restore your natural balance. When you move your body, you move your energy too. Everything is energy in motion, as physicist Nikola Tesla noted. This principle is especially relevant to our bodies. Unlike mechanical systems that wear out with use, living systems require movement to maintain their vitality. Traditional wisdom across cultures recognizes this truth. Chinese medicine emphasizes daily movement to keep qi flowing smoothly. Yoga developed as a system to prepare the body for meditation by releasing energy blockages. Indigenous healing traditions often incorporate dance as medicine. Modern sedentary lifestyles create unique energy challenges. Sitting for long periods allows energy to stagnate, particularly in the lower chakras and meridians. This stagnation can manifest as physical tension, emotional heaviness, or mental fog. Regular movement, especially movements that involve the full body, helps prevent this accumulation of static energy. Certain movement practices are specifically designed to work with subtle energy. Qigong, which translates as life energy cultivation, uses flowing movements, breath coordination, and mental focus to direct and balance qi throughout the body. Tai Chi, often described as meditation in motion, similarly works with energy through slow, graceful movements that enhance awareness of subtle internal sensations. Yoga asanas, postures, were originally developed to prepare practitioners for meditation by clearing energy blockages in the body. Different poses affect different aspects of the energy system. Forward bends tend to be calming and introspective, working with the parasympathetic nervous system. Backward bends are energizing and opening, stimulating the sympathetic system. Twists help release stagnation from the organs and spine. Inversions redistribute energy and provide new perspectives. Even conventional forms of exercise influence your energy field. Cardiovascular activities stimulate overall energy flow and oxygenation. Strength training builds not just physical capacity, but energetic resilience. Stretching promotes flexibility in both tissues and energy pathways. The key is finding forms of movement that you enjoy, as this enjoyment itself is a form of positive energy that enhances the benefits. Nature walking deserves special mention as a simple yet profound energy practice. Natural environments have their own coherent energy fields that help harmonize our personal energy. Research on forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku in Japanese, shows that spending time among trees reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and supports immune function. The negative ions present near moving water, oceans, rivers, waterfalls, have been shown to elevate mood and energy levels. When combined with gentle movement, these natural energies create an ideal environment for clearing and recharging your personal field. Mindfulness is also essential. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. Notice when you're holding on to negativity or getting caught up in old patterns. When you become aware of these moments, you can choose to let them go, making space for something new. In quantum physics, the observer effect refers to how the act of observation changes the behavior of subatomic particles. Something similar happens in our inner landscape. The simple act of bringing conscious awareness to our energy states begins to transform them. This is the essence of mindfulness, not trying to force change, but allowing change to occur naturally through the power of awareness. Energy follows attention, as the saying goes, and this principle can work both for and against us. When we obsessively focus on problems or pain, we inadvertently feed those areas with our energy. Conversely, when we mindfully observe without judgment, we create space for natural healing to occur. Mindfulness practice develops a particular quality of awareness, open, curious, and non-reactive. Rather than immediately trying to fix or change uncomfortable energy states, mindfulness invites us to first become intimate with our experience. This might mean noticing the subtle sensations of anxiety in your chest, observing the thought patterns that accompany sadness, or becoming aware of how excitement affects your breathing. With practice, this observing awareness becomes a powerful tool for energy transformation. You might notice, for instance, how certain conversations drain your energy while others invigorate you. This awareness then allows you to make conscious choices about where to direct your attention and participation. You might recognize how specific thoughts create immediate energetic effects in your body: tension, heaviness, expansion, or lightness. These observations provide valuable feedback about which thought patterns serve your well-being. A practical mindfulness technique for energy awareness is the body scan, a systematic process of bringing attention to each part of your body in turn, noticing sensations without trying to change them. This practice helps develop sensitivity to subtle energy fluctuations and identifies areas where you might be unconsciously holding tension or resistance. Another approach is to set regular awareness bells throughout your day, moments when you pause to check in with your energy state. These might be linked to existing habits like walking through doorways, beginning meals, or checking your phone. The simple question, "How is my energy right now?" brings you immediately into present moment awareness and interrupts unconscious patterns. And here's where it gets really interesting. Once you learn to manage your energy, you can start to align it with your intentions and goals. This is the secret behind the law of attraction. The energy you put out into the world, through your thoughts, feelings, and actions, acts like a magnet, attracting experiences that match your vibration. If you focus on what you want, rather than what you fear, you begin to draw those things into your life. It's not magic, it's about alignment. The clearer and more positive your energy, the more you attract positive outcomes. Everything is energy in motion, as physicist Nikola Tesla noted. This principle is especially relevant to our bodies. Unlike mechanical systems that wear out with use, living systems require movement to maintain their vitality. Traditional wisdom across cultures recognizes this truth. Chinese medicine emphasizes daily movement to keep qi flowing smoothly. Yoga developed as a system to prepare the body for meditation by releasing energy blockages. Indigenous healing traditions often incorporate dance as medicine. Modern sedentary lifestyles create unique energy challenges. Sitting for long periods allows energy to stagnate, particularly in the lower chakras and meridians. This stagnation can manifest as physical tension, emotional heaviness, or mental fog. Regular movement, especially movements that involve the full body, helps prevent this accumulation of static energy. Certain movement practices are specifically designed to work with subtle energy. Qigong, which translates as life energy cultivation, uses flowing movements, breath coordination, and mental focus to direct and balance qi throughout the body. Tai Chi, often described as meditation in motion, similarly works with energy through slow, graceful movements that enhance awareness of subtle internal sensations. Yoga asanas postures were originally developed to prepare practitioners for meditation by clearing energy blockages in the body. Different poses affect different aspects of the energy system. Forward bends tend to be calming and introspective, working with the parasympathetic nervous system. Backward bends are energizing and opening, stimulating the sympathetic system. Twists help release stagnation from the organs and spine. Inversions redistribute energy and provide new perspectives. Even conventional forms of exercise influence your energy field. Cardiovascular activities stimulate overall energy flow and oxygenation. Strength training builds not just physical capacity but energetic resilience. Stretching promotes flexibility in both tissues and energy pathways. The key is finding forms of movement that you enjoy, as this enjoyment itself is a form of positive energy that enhances the benefits. Nature walking deserves special mention as a simple yet profound energy practice. Natural environments have their own coherent energy fields that help harmonize our personal energy. Research on forest bathing, Shinrin-yoku in Japanese, shows that spending time among trees reduces stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, and supports immune function. The negative ions present near moving water, oceans, rivers, waterfalls, have been shown to elevate mood and energy levels. When combined with gentle movement, these natural energies create an ideal environment for clearing and recharging your personal field. Mastering your energy isn't something you do once and forget about. It's a daily practice, a way of living. You might start your morning with a few deep breaths and a positive intention for the day. Throughout the day, check in with yourself. If you notice tension or negativity, pause and reset with a few conscious breaths. In the evening, take a moment to reflect on your day. What went well? What can you let go of? Visualize yourself surrounded by healing light as you wind down for the night. The most powerful energy practices aren't necessarily the most complex or esoteric. They're the ones you actually do consistently. Small, regular attentions to your energy create more lasting transformation than occasional intensive efforts. This is why developing a daily energy practice is so valuable. Morning is an ideal time to set your energetic tone for the day. Upon waking, before engaging with external stimuli like news or email, take a few moments to check in with yourself. How does your energy feel? Is there residue from dreams or yesterday's events? Simple practices like conscious breathing, gentle stretching, or a brief meditation can help clear your field and establish a centered state before engaging with the world. Setting an intention for your energy is another powerful morning practice. This isn't about controlling the day's events, but rather deciding how you want to show up energetically. You might choose qualities like openness, compassion, focus, or joy as your energetic keynotes. This intention becomes an anchor you can return to throughout the day, especially during challenging moments. Midday energy maintenance is often overlooked, but crucial. By noon, most people have accumulated significant energy impressions from their environment and activities. Taking even 5 minutes at lunchtime to clear your field can prevent this accumulated energy from becoming entrenched. Step outside if possible, breathe deeply, shake out your limbs, or simply close your eyes and visualize releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Evening practices help prevent carrying the day's energy into your rest time. Many people find it difficult to sleep well, precisely because they haven't discharged the accumulated tensions and impressions of the day. Simple rituals like washing your hands and face with the intention of cleansing your energy or visualizing the events of the day being released into a fire or flowing water can help create energetic closure. Technology and energy management deserve special consideration in contemporary life. Electronic devices emit electromagnetic fields that can affect our personal energy in various ways. While research in this area is ongoing, many energy-sensitive individuals report feeling drained after prolonged exposure to computers, phones, and other electronics. Practical approaches include taking regular breaks from screens, using airplane mode when devices aren't needed, keeping electronics out of sleeping spaces, and counterbalancing technology use with time in nature. Our energy fields are constantly interacting with those of others, creating complex dynamics that influence our well-being and connections. Understanding these exchanges can transform how we approach relationships of all kinds. When two people interact, their energy fields overlap and information is exchanged on subtle levels. This explains phenomena like clicking instantly with someone or feeling uncomfortable around others despite their pleasant outward behavior. Your energy field is reading and responding to theirs beyond conscious awareness. Some people consistently leave you feeling energized and uplifted after interactions. These individuals typically have strong, coherent energy fields that naturally share positive energy. Others might leave you feeling drained or unsettled, not necessarily because they're negative people, but perhaps because their own fields are depleted or chaotic, unconsciously drawing energy from those around them. Empaths and highly sensitive people often experience these energy exchanges more intensely than others. Without realizing it, they may absorb the emotional states and energy patterns of those around them, leading to overwhelm in crowded places or after intense interactions. Learning to recognize when you're carrying energy that isn't yours is an important skill for well being. Techniques for maintaining energetic boundaries in relationships include visualizing a protective sphere of light surrounding you that allows positive exchanges while filtering out draining energies. Regular energy clearing practices after significant interactions or at the end of each day. Conscious attention to your own energy state before, during, and after interactions. Physical practices like showering, changing clothes, or spending time in nature to reset your field. Setting clear intentions about what types of energy exchanges you wish to participate in. Intimate relationships involve the deepest energy exchange, creating what some traditions call a shared energy body between partners. This can be profoundly nourishing when healthy, but challenging when imbalanced. Partners may unconsciously develop compensating patterns, one becoming more energetic as the other becomes less so, for example. Conscious energy practices done together can help create more balanced and mutually supportive dynamics. Just as people have energy fields, so do places and spaces. The energy of environments affects us subtly but powerfully, influencing our mood, clarity, creativity, and well being. Have you noticed how some spaces feel immediately welcoming and calming, while others make you want to leave as soon as possible? This is your energy field responding to the accumulated energies in that environment. Places hold the imprint of events and emotions that have occurred there, both positive and challenging. Natural environments generally have the most harmonious and restorative energy fields. The ordered complexity of nature creates coherent energy patterns that help realign our personal fields when they've become fragmented or stressed. This explains the almost immediate sense of relief and homecoming many people experience when entering forests, mountains, or oceanside settings. Human-created environments vary enormously in their energetic quality. Factors influencing a space's energy include the intentions and emotional states of those who created and use the space. The materials used in construction, natural materials generally create more harmonious fields. The history of activities and emotions experienced in the location. The presence or absence of living things like plants, the quality of light, airflow, and acoustics. The arrangement of objects and the flow of movement they create. Electronic and electromagnetic influences. Your home is particularly important energetically, as it's where you spend much of your time and where your energy field can either restore itself or become further depleted. Regular energy clearing of your living space supports your personal well-being. Simple practices include opening windows to allow fresh air circulation, using sound, bells, clapping, music to break up stagnant energy, cleaning with the intention of energy clearing as well as physical cleaning, and periodically rearranging furniture to create new energy patterns. Workplaces often present challenging energy environments, with multiple people's fields interacting in spaces that may not be designed with energetic well-being in mind. Creating a small personal zone of positive energy at your workspace, perhaps with a plant, a meaningful image, or a small object that holds special significance, can help maintain your field's integrity even in dense or chaotic environments. Beyond individual energy fields and local environments, we participate in larger collective fields, family systems, cultural groups, national identities, and ultimately, the global human energy field and the field of the Earth itself. Family energy patterns are particularly influential as they're established during our formative years when our own energy boundaries are still developing. Family systems theory recognizes how patterns, roles, and emotional states travel through generations, affecting members in ways that often remain unconscious until examined. These aren't just psychological patterns, but energetic imprints that can influence health, relationship choices, and life possibilities. Cultural and social energy fields shape our perceptions and possibilities in profound ways. The collective beliefs, traumas, and aspirations of our cultural groups create energetic templates that can either support our flourishing or limit our expression. Becoming conscious of these influences allows more choice in which aspects we incorporate into our personal field and which we might choose to transform. The global human field is currently in a period of significant turbulence and reorganization. Ancient wisdom traditions predicted this time of transition, suggesting that collective human consciousness is evolving toward greater awareness of our interconnection. This process naturally creates disturbance as old energy patterns break down before new, more coherent ones fully emerge. The Earth itself has its own energy field, referred to as the geomagnetic field in scientific terms, or as grids, ley lines, or song lines in various traditions. This planetary field is affected by solar activity, human consciousness, and many other factors. Some locations on Earth have particularly strong or unique energetic qualities, places long recognized as sacred or power spots by indigenous peoples. Our individual energy practices contribute to these larger fields. As we clear and harmonize our personal energy, we make a small but real contribution to the collective field. This understanding gives additional meaning and motivation to personal energy work. It becomes not just self-care, but a form of service to the greater whole. Remember, you're not just a passive observer in your own life. You are the creator. By understanding and working with your energy, you can shape your reality, heal old wounds, and open the door to new possibilities. Everything is energy, and that means you have the power to change your life, starting right now. So take a deep breath, trust in your own power, and step forward into the life you want to create. Your energy is your greatest tool. Use it wisely. The journey of energy mastery is ultimately about becoming conscious of what was previously unconscious, recognizing the subtle forces that shape your experience and learning to work with them intentionally. This doesn't mean controlling everything that happens to you, but rather developing the awareness and skills to respond creatively to life's circumstances. As author Marianne Williamson noted, the key to abundance is meeting limited circumstances with unlimited thoughts. This insight speaks directly to the practice of energy mastery. When you learn to maintain a clear, vibrant personal energy field, regardless of external circumstances, you discover a profound freedom. The freedom to choose your response rather than being driven by unconscious patterns or external triggers. The practices and principles outlined in this exploration aren't quick fixes or magical solutions. They're invitations to a deeper relationship with yourself and the living universe around you. Some days, your energy work might feel flowing and effortless. Other days, it might be a challenge just to remember to breathe consciously. Both experiences are part of the path. What matters most is your willingness to engage with your energy consciously, day after day, moment by moment. Each time you choose to clear a limiting thought, each time you take a deep breath to center yourself amid chaos, each time you extend compassion to yourself or others, you're participating in the great work of energy transformation. As you continue this journey, remember that intuition is your most valuable guide. While frameworks like chakras, meridians, and energy fields provide useful maps, your direct experience is the territory itself. Trust what you feel. Notice what brings you alive. Follow the thread of your own energy as it leads you toward greater wholeness and expression. And perhaps most importantly, approach your energy work with compassion rather than perfectionism. Energy isn't meant to be forced or controlled through willpower. It's meant to be danced with, listened to, and lovingly directed. The goal isn't to achieve some idealized state of perfect energy, but to become increasingly fluent in the language of energy so that you can author your life with greater consciousness and joy. As you step forward on this path, know that you're participating in an awakening that extends far beyond your individual experience. By reclaiming your energy sovereignty and expressing your unique gifts, you contribute to the evolution of human consciousness at a crucial time in our collective journey. Have you ever noticed how you can walk into a room and instantly sense the mood, even before anyone says a word? This question that began our exploration isn't just about subtle perception. It's about recognizing your innate capacity to read and respond to the energy of life. This capacity, when developed consciously, becomes nothing less than the ability to create your life anew in each moment, in harmony with the greater dance of energy that is our universe.